So just a lot of teams, they just have stuff sitting back, right? And I think it really just comes down to a plan. So after a long season, you've got that closet or that stuff that's on or under your desk that just needs to go. Instead of just dumping it all at once, 5 or 6 items every single week is bringing in, $1,000, $2,000 every single week. One man's trash is another man's gold. I'm telling you, like, we sit in the sports world and we're like surrounded by it, but like broken sticks that came from the trash are things that, fans want.
I think what Tucson is doing is like a perfect example of how to kind of take a Dash activation and pivot it into tickets. All right. So they have their education day. Some teams will do this, most teams will have an education day, and as reps are calling schools, there's budget restrictions with a lot of these schools, that don't have the ability to go on a field trip that, or kids don't have the opportunity to attend one of these games. So this is like a summer long weekend, mystery jackpot, and all that money is going back to purchase tickets for their education day. I think it's incredibly smart. It gives them a kind of a bucket to then pull from and kind of be able to donate and do some community goodwill.
Hey, Jake, I was trying to send you a message. Can you put the link to Tucson's Kids Day game? So they have a raffle and people can participate in the raffle, and the proceeds of the raffle go to ticket for a Kids Day game. But if Jake,
1 second.
You're the man. Awesome. Another great one too, if we're going to piggyback tickets, is, and this was the Railers. I mean, this is their very first Dash activation. They sold 124 tickets to the home opener. Basically, they said fans, you could sit premium, mid-level, or GA. And they had one instant purchase item link on Dash for $25. And in 2.5 days, they sold 124 tickets. Cool, Jake.
I think most teams, leagues, sports in general, like, always have the opening night hangover. I think you spend the entire summer, you spend the entire off season like truly focused on one game, because it's kind of, first impression, we got to come out with a sold out crowd for opening night. So you have that opening night. What happens to that following Saturday, which is game 2, generally, can be sometimes a dud, where here you can look at kind of, again, it could be a mystery jackpot. It could be a mystery ticket offer that you launch in June, July, anytime during the offseason. It goes all towards, games 2, 3, and 4 that, can be a struggle.
Yeah, we, a lot of teams have, and we're open to ideas. If y'all want to add stuff to the chat to kind of piggyback, how do you sell tickets like game 2 and game 3? When I was at FC Dallas, we had this like Kicks for Kids program and a Tickets for Troops program. So for example, let's say you've got a 4th of July activation or a Memorial Day weekend sale. You could take those proceeds and apply them tickets for game 2, game 3 for that, Tickets for Troops program or your Kicks for Kids program as well. I was liking your idea earlier this week, Kevin. You had mentioned, kind of piggybacking a summer series auction. Every week you've got these activations that take place to raise funds for a specific nonprofit, and those funds are meant to either go back to that nonprofit directly as like cold hard cash, or they go back to that nonprofit in the form of, here's a great group night. Now we were able to help you sell 26 tickets. Yeah, we just had Tucson do a mystery jackpot. I mean, these guys do this every single season. They're clearing out the merch of like $5, $10 trinket items. They say fans, there's 100 items. There's a couple of them that are signed jerseys and pucks and sticks, but the majority of those items are like the flag that go on your car, or like a hat, a koozie, small things. And they generally sell out. I think they sold all but 22 this past weekend, and they just relisted them. So I'm sure we'll get through those too.